Hello there. Hi, and welcome to the Purple Portal. The Purple Portal is your cosmic, happy, and loving radio hour, and I am your host, Elaine Bartlett. And I am one who looks and questions and wonder, and I'm hoping that you, through this show, will begin to look and question and wonder. A lot's been happening, as always, in the cosmos, and we're going to share that today. And I did send out through email this morning, those of you who could not phone in last week or couldn't get through, call in today. You have yet a second opportunity to get just a tad, a morsel of loving numerology wisdom for the new year. I never have any idea what's going to come through, but I know it's usually filled with loving humor and tenderness and happiness. So call in 321-806-3159. What I will be asking you is simply your month of birth and your day of birth. And that's all I need, just those two little things. And from there, I can kind of plug it in internally within myself to give you that little ray of hope and sunshine for 2017. It's a magical year we're stepping into, but before I get you into that, I just want to share something that I found so touching that I thought I want to share this with you, and it falls under the topic of tender tales in the aftermath of Christmas. Many of you know at Christmas season, I handwrite and send out messages from the angel kingdom. And people have been asking for these messages, I think now for almost 20 years. They're lovingly received and astoundingly on point. This year was no exception with a customer, a client who had called in. She's been loving me for 20 years. And every year, she not only requests an angel message for herself, but for her husband, for kids. Honestly, I think if she could get a message for the cat, she would do so. So this year, I think about 7 messages were sent to the family. And always at Christmas, I enclose a little messenger angel. And they're inexpensive, but they're lovely, and as humble as they are, they're just that touching. Well, this year, it seems that after Christmas, the darling husband, his inner Santa, decided to present himself with a gift. And the gift was a very, very unusual and expensive automobile. Now, husband has known me also for 20 years, and I know that he kind of takes me with a grain of salt, and sometimes the eyes roll a little bit, either at what I've said or his wife has conveyed. But nonetheless, he's been a good scout, and he's always gone along with it. And this year, when he got his angel message, it seemed he was particularly touched by it. And once the inner Santa had delivered the car to the house, it seems that he went to his angel card, took out the angel, and the angel is now the premier fixture in this very lovely, expensive automobile. And I thought to myself, you never know how beautiful it is that the angels could touch him in such a way. And what he doesn't understand is by his simple act of trust, he and his car are about to become so well protected. He has not a clue. So it's just a lovely little tender tale. And I thought, we've become a bit sardonic and sarcastic and aloof to a lot of these simple things, but they work. And this fellow, he's a guy's guy. He's a sportsman. He's a strong businessman. Just the kind of fellow that you would suspect might not bond with the angel kingdom. And yet, look at this. You drop all judgment and all labels, and there it is. In the core of him is that receptivity and that gentleness and that belief that there is an energy field that's greater than what we have cultivated up to this point. And that energy field, when invoked, is protective. It's nurturing. It's every good thing. So I hope some of you have some tender tales for the aftermath of Christmas. And if you do, you're welcome to call in and share them today. In addition to, if you want to have a number frequency for yourself, or share that, or both. So again, I encourage you. The number is 321-806-3159. I had such a wonderful response once again this year from these tender, loving angel messages, and people began to say, is it over? Can't I have a message now? So what I have done, and you'll have to go to my website to see this, on my website, I thought, why can't we have angel messages all year round? Why would I put the angels back in the box until next Christmas when I unwrap them? So it's a lovely gift for yourself, for your own birthday, for someone else's birthday, an anniversary, or someone crosses over. The angels step up with enormous and profound consolation. So there's a lot about those angels that I don't want you to become so hardened that you miss their exquisite sensitivity and involvement in our lives. So that's my tender topic story. And incidentally, for you to get to my website, it is www.higherconsciousness.com. And that is spelled HIERCONSCIOUSNESS, higherconsciousness.com. So there's tons of ways for you to get involved with bringing a lighter frequency into your life, whether it be just read through my website, whether it be tune into this show, talk to others about it, go within, go to that silence. And I don't mean the simple silence of turn off all the electronic equipment in your space. I mean the true deep inner silence, because that's where everything is birthed, from that deep, deep silence. So go there. And a couple of things before I touch on 2017, which I'm going to go through again. You do need to know we've got a full moon coming up on Thursday. This is a very, very unusual full moon, and it's a tad difficult. And here's why it's so difficult. It creates what's called a lineup. This lineup includes a connection between the configuration of the sun and the moon, which is it's starting what is called a cardinal grand cross. And when the sun and the moon are at cross purposes, that's tough enough. But now it's going to be compounded with a cross purposes of what is called the crisis-loving Pluto and Jupiter. Jupiter is one of the benefics. It's considered the good planet, except when it's in this tight configuration. Jupiter exaggerates and it expands. So Jupiter can exaggerate your waistline. It can expand your consciousness. It can expand your thinking. It can expand your bank account. So it has no preference the way it expands. But on Thursday, because of its connection with Pluto in this cardinal grand cross configuration, it actually can exaggerate the bad stuff, and it can heighten it a little bit. So you're going to tiptoe through this full moon and the mind field, and I suggest and encourage you to bring things to a stop and just regroup and refocus that day. That's not the day to push forward. Matter of fact, in my world anymore, there's no pushing allowed. Pushing and shoving are not going to work. The universe is attempting, and it will, become much gentler and more compassionate. So the quicker you give up your pushing and making things happen and the sense of doing with that thrust, the quicker you're going to be in line with the real reality that's now unfolding. So it's considered a demanding day on Thursday. And that would be the day where you want to, of course, be a little careful about your moods, because with this full moon, we've got the Cancerian energy. Cancer can be very moody, and Capricorn, where the sun is right now, can actually outclass the moodiness of Cancer. Most people don't understand that, but Capricorn can take these moods and even go deeper yet within themselves. So be alert to this energy, and you'll do fine. Also, what happened yesterday is Mercury, after its 3-week stint, has gone direct. Now, it will come out of its shadow side on Saturday. So this is still a little tidying up before Saturday comes. And yes, it's that small window where you can look back and really investigate, what do I need to let go of? Yesterday I was on a phone consultation with someone in another state, and all of a sudden I was clearly understanding, I don't know what's the matter with the third drawer down in your dresser, but go there. It needs to be cleaned out. And she nearly fell off the chair because she knew that third drawer was disastrous. And she called me later in the afternoon. Drawer was cleaned out. Half the stuff now donated. So it's that kind of thing. Keep cleaning out, clearing out. I'm always on your case about clean out the stuff, but clean out the larger stuff too, the energy stuff that you're holding on to. She said this that hurt me. He did that. This happened then. It's all an illusion. Drop it. Let it go. Stay present. And you're just going to have so much more fun with the game of life. Because after all, it is just a game. That's all it is. So those of you who want to play the game with a little bit of insight about your numbers, call in. And that number is 321-806-3159. All right, let me see what else I want to tell you about here. Oh, yeah, today in the galactic calendar, we are starting a new month. And this month, every month is lovely, but each month brings its own wisdom and its own tasks to be accomplished, if you will. So this is called the 7th month resonant moon of attunement. So what do you have to attune with? Yourself. That's it. That's what you got to attune to. So there's a lot of reflection about attunement for the next 4 weeks. And, it's always interesting in the galactic energy. I've promised, and will promise again, as time goes on, as the months go on, we'll do a lot more with the galactic energy. I see I have a caller on the line. Hi there.
Hi, this is Michelle.
Hello, Miss Michelle. Happy New Year. I'm well. How are you?
Good, thanks.
Happy New Year to the tribe.
Thank you.
Everyone survived Christmas?
We did.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Michelle, would you give me the day and month of your birthday?
February 5th, 1968.
Okay, so almost happy birthday.
Thank you.
And I will remind you, the 52-day window prior to a birthday